Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, the third time Mechagodzilla has been introduced. And of course, this is another reboot ignoring every movie made between 1955 and 2001 besides the 1954 original Godzilla. For God's sakes, why? Why do they keep doing this? This is the fourth reboot in the same era. Remember when continuity was a thing? That was nice to have. The plot centers around the military constructing an anti-Godzilla robot to stop Godzilla, who's been destroying Japan for years again. Okay, seriously, why does it always have to be Japan? The anti-Godzilla robot gets finished, and it's dubbed Kiru, and it gets sent out to fend off Godzilla pretty quickly after being constructed. Though what's interesting about this Mechagodzilla is that it's actually built around the bones of the original 1954 Godzilla, which is pretty fascinating. As a certain someone said, it's like the old Godzilla is fighting the new one. One actor I probably should have mentioned by this point was Akira Nakao, who played Colonel Aso of G-Force in the previous Godzilla series. Nice to see him get brought back for this new era. Anyways, something really odd happens with Mechagodzilla in the movie, or Kiru as everyone keeps calling it. During the first fight with Godzilla, Kiru gets triggered into some sort of genetic memory where it remembers that it used to be the original Godzilla, and the military loses control of Kiru and it goes on a rampage destroying Japan. That's a really bizarre concept. But hey, if it's a good excuse to see some practical miniatures get blown up, then I really don't mind. The rest of the movie consists of the military trying to get control of Kiru back in their hands. Meanwhile, Godzilla shows up for a second time, and the military are forced to send out Kiru again despite the fact that they might lose control of him again. They put a powerful weapon inside of Mechagodzilla that's capable of turning things into frozen objects, which they obviously try to use on Godzilla, but it doesn't work out too well. Despite that, Kiru goes after Godzilla in mano-a-mano with hand-to-hand combat, along with Solonge Bowsering that sumbitch, which looks awesome. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is another solid entry in the Millennium series. It's probably the one Mechagodzilla movie I would recommend to newcomers since I think they did a decent job re-establishing the character while giving it an interesting, if kinda ridiculous plot point. As the fourth movie in the series trying to be a sequel to the original 1954 Godzilla, I think they did a pretty intriguing job with this movie. We've got a new Godzilla design. The suit was called Kiru Goji, of course. I like this design. It's got some similarities with Mirror Goji, but with a new spin. Godzilla's got much more announced eyes, and a long jaw like the previous suits. I also like the fact that his dorsal spines are large again, making him one of the more unique looking Godzilla designs. I also love the look of the new Mechagodzilla, Kiru. Not too crazy about the nickname, but this design is spectacular. It's a good balance between the tougher look of the 74 design and the finished look of the 93 design. One detail I like is how we can see the original Godzilla's teeth in Kiru's jaws, further adding to the idea that this Mechagodzilla is built around Godzilla's skeleton. It's quite nice. Not much else to say about this one. It's one of the shorter and more decent Godzilla movies. It's got a solid human story, great visual effects, awesome monster fights, and a pretty good soundtrack too. And praise the Lord, the next movie wasn't a reboot but a direct sequel to this one. So I'll see you guys later for that movie, and thanks for watching.